Are you new to raw edge applique or perhaps want to brush up on some of the skills and learn a few new tips and tricks? Well, come on inside today. We're going to do Let There Be Light, raw edge applique, sun, moon, and a little bit of traditional piecing. Come on inside and I'll show you. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. I am an early years educator turned Riley Blake Designs fabric designer and craft enthusiast. And today we are talking about the Let There Be Light quilt pattern. Oh my goodness. If there ever was a fun quilt pattern to make, this was it. I dare you to make just one. It is a great little size, so it's a great room decor. It is a small size. It finishes at 40 by 40, so great for baby quilts, maybe like for a knee quilt even for a senior. And it is a nod to the creation story, but it is just really happy and like sun, moon, and all of the stars. So this is called Let There Be Light. Today, I want to walk you through all my tips and tricks. I'm going to lay it out on the table for raw edge applique. So maybe you've done raw edge applique before. I'm going to show you a couple ways to streamline it, make it perfect, have some fun with it even, and a little few extra creative ideas. And I'm also going to talk about the easy background. So you can see you're not just appliquing the sun and the moon onto squares, you're going to actually applique them onto the back of this pattern, which is all HSTs or half square triangles. So it's a really great fun pattern. And a few of those HSTs have some stars in it, some little white stars. So it's really fun and it's a quick sew. This is the pattern that you're going to get if you are inside the pattern club. So if you're in the Sew Stories pattern club, hello and welcome. This is the pattern of the month. Don't forget to download it because this is the pattern of her August. There's also a craft pattern, so make sure you head over. It is the numeracy ball patchwork ball. And I'll do a separate complete video for this patchwork ball as well, but lots of fun. And I'll show some parenting tips. So inside the Pattern Club, you can download both of those patterns this month. However, there's other places you can get it, and let's just talk about that. You can grab this pattern, maybe even as a kit in your favorite local quilt shop or online retailer. So if you want the paper pattern version, if you want to just download the pattern instantly and you're not a member of the Pattern Club, you can also get it on the Sew a Story website. I'm going to talk about a couple other things that happen inside the Pattern Club called parenting guides or purposeful play, so how you can take these to the next level. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go through supplies first. So you're going to need your pattern in one or any of those ways to download your pattern. It has a pattern and it also has templates. So the templates you're going to want to print at actual size. Tip number one, when you're printing your templates, there is always something on your settings. When it says print, it'll say like print at actual size, or it'll say fit to print, or it'll say um, scale to print. So what you want to check off is print at actual size. That's really important, so that everything gets printed and doesn't get distorted at all and dependent on your paper. So it's designed for US letter size 8.5 by 11, but no matter what you're printing it, if you're printing it on A4 paper or anything else, if you press print at actual size, it will print at the actual size. There is always a 1-inch test marker on there, so I highly suggest that you do test that. I'll talk about how you assemble the templates and all the things when I lower the video down. But first of all, I just wanted to make sure you have the templates. So they will be zipped together in a file together with the pattern. If you get it as any download on the Pattern Club or on the website, if you purchased it from a shop, then there'll be a code that you can just click in to get those templates right now and download them. Then you'll need your fabric. So I am using Created with Love in this adorable boho rainbow. I feel like it's a perfect collection for this pattern. The sun and this moon are actually illustrations in some of the fabric in here. There's like the cute little sun. I don't know if you can like see him in there. So it even has like rainbow beams coming out of him. So that's where all of this has sort of like come together for, but you can choose your favorite fabrics, and this is also a really great scrap buster quilt. So is the patchwork ball, by the way. It's great for scraps. So I'm using that. Then a couple other things you're going to need are fusible. You're going to need fusible web. So I like to use one from ThermoWeb. It's called light fusible web or even like extra light because I don't want it to be like too sticky and gummy and heavy. I want the quilt to still have that buoyancy in it. So I'm going to use that one. You'll need basically most of your fabrics here are either fat quarters or 10-inch squares even. And then you'll just need a little bit of additional fabric and of course your backing. If you want to do the embroidery on just the eyes, really, you can use an invisible pen to do that marking as well. I'm going to show you a couple of the bonus, so those are the essential things you need. A couple of bonus things that I'm going to work with today is I'm going to use my Lightbox cutting mat. It's a Caterpillar, and I have a 15% discount that I'll share with you a link here as well. But so you can get your own, but I'm going to use this today for my raw edge applique. And then I'm going to also use a few other things. So I'm going to use a sparkle paste. This is something that I designed with ThermoWeb to match this collection. And let me show you here. Look at all the color. And this is great because you can add like stars to the stars or to the sunbeams. Children can come in and help you. It's so, so, so fun. And there's no right or wrong. But if you want a stencil for it, I did design this stencil with ThermoWeb as well. And you can see there's a curated color list at the back also. So if you want that, matches perfectly with the Created with Love collection. All right, that stencil. For the most part, that's what I'm going to need. Of course, you'll need basic supplies like your iron and all of that. But all right, before we begin, I just want to give you a little glimpse of what the purposeful play, oh, say that 10 times. The purposeful play parenting guide is inside the Pattern Club. So the only place that you can get this little bonus, I guess, is inside the Pattern Club. And I do that inside the Pattern Club for every quilt and craft pattern. I give something either like a way to extend the play, a way to create connectiveness between a parent or grandparent and a child using the item. So they all can be like extended play through them. So this one is Let There Be Light, a bedtime routine for connection. And there's a little bit of directions in here, but basically what it is it's a couple of pages of cards. And so the cards look like this, and you just print them double-sided, and they have great fabric swatches on the back, and they're beautiful and all aligned. And they say things like, you can just have these sitting by their bedside, and it said, here's a little picture of the sun, for example, right here. And it'll say, what brought you light today? Beautiful thing to ask. Okay, what brought me light today? And you can talk about that. What is the one thing we can let go of tonight? That is a good one. I should be doing these ones at night too. What would you like to dream about? My goodness, aren't these like big questions for little people? Just love them. What was something kind you did or that you saw today? Like, so they're open-ended questions, but you can see they come with these beautiful illustrations, and it's a great way just to like connect and contemplate. And while you're snuggling underneath your Let There Be Light quilt. All right. Let's get to sewing and raw edge applique. I'll drop the camera down and let's have some fun. Okay, let's get started on this fun, easy, and meaningful quilt. Let There Be Light.
so you're going to need your pattern. You're going to need your fabric. I am using Created with Love fabric. If you are part of, you're going to definitely need to download your templates and make sure you print them at actual size. Check your 1-inch square marker there. If you are part of the pattern club, you'll want to download your parenting guide that has the routine cards here that kind of go along for purposeful play in Let There Be Light quilt. All right, so let's get started here. You're going to open up your pattern and you're going to start by fusing your pieces to tracing your templates and fusing them to your sun and your moon. So we're going to start off with that. You're going to take your templates and you can see that it says overlap with second half of circle here. Everything's labeled template 1, 2, 3. We have the embroidery face diagram and we have the center line mark as well on it here. So this means center line. This is the placement line and these are the embroidery lines. So it's very clear. There's instructions on each page. Here's the cute little sun and the moon and the little craters in everything else here. Okay, so then you're going to want to tape those together. This is the overlap as well. All right, so once you get those, you're going to trace them and you're going to cut out your pieces. So we're going to do the sun first here, and I have them all backed and already cut and prepped with lightweight fusible web by ThermoWeb. You can see it's shiny on the side and it's going to fuse great. And I just want to walk you through the raw edge applique process. So it's really fun. You have your cutting instructions here. You're going to make your base. So it's actually just like a 4-patch. You either do stitch and flip to do a half square triangle, and then you're going to do a little rectangle triangle on the edge. It's going to come on over and you're going to trim it out. It tells you exactly how far to make it, but even if it's a little off, don't worry because those stars don't match any point. So you're going to do section 1, 2, 3, and 4. And before you sew them all together, this is where we're going to do our applique. So that's where we're picking up on this pattern. So this is section 1 at the top, and I've already sewn all those HSTs together. So it looks like this, matching that yellow at the top there. All right, and all you need to do is take your back. Now the templates, as you've seen here, the face has, the embroidery of the face has a center line on it. So when you do your embroidery, that's where you're gonna want to have the center of your circle. So just so that I know where that is, I'm actually going to fold this before I begin. And I'm gonna mark that center before I even fuse it on. So I wanna mark that. I'm gonna peel this piece off at the back. All right. There we go. Okay. And I'm just gonna make sure my pin doesn't come out. All right. Now I'm gonna put this right in the center of this pillow and I'm gonna fuse it down exactly like this. So this is in the center of here and that is fused exactly here. So now when I take my sun's face, you can see that it's marked right there. Okay, it's right on the little N. I'm gonna take this right on that little, there it is, the N. Good. And I am gonna like stitch through that face. And so that's how I want to have that face. It's just a little off center. And these are the placements for the cheeks. So those are his little cheeks that go there. So this can just be, you can do a chain stitch there. You can just do an easy straight stitch. You can do a little satin stitch if you want it to be really heavy and dark. And good, it looks like that. And then there are 3, template 1, 2, and 3. So there's 3 rays of sun and they are in different, slightly different sizes and shapes, just so that it feels a little bit more whimsical. And you can follow along with the image on the front of your pattern if you like, or you can just be completely creative. So before I fuse this down, so you can see I haven't fused it down yet, I just wanted to mark that center. I'm going to take all these pieces and I am going to position them in place. So I'm going to take that one and position it in place. Actually, I want this one to be down here. Good. And I'm going to do my big pieces first, just to save some time for us. I'm not going to take the paper off of all of them. Okay, but I just want to show you what it looks like. Not all of them are going under, but these big ones do go under. All right, so I'm going to start with those, and then I'm going to go to the second ones. And I'm going to do those ones underneath too. 1, 2, oh my goodness, yay, so fun. Now you can get children to help you do this. You can be creative. You can use all different kinds of scraps if you want. I think I'm going to actually alternate some of these colors. So I do have 3 different oranges happening here. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I just want to make sure that they are kind of spaced out well. Good. And then I'm going to take these small ones, and some of them are under and some of them don't have to be under. So you can have one that's out. You can keep them all under if you want. I want the floral here. Here, you can play with how they're going to be, how deep and how much. And then you can kind of see it has this lovely, lovely whimsical look, and it feels just really creative. So once you're really pleased with this, I would suggest you're doing it on your ironing board so that you don't have to move it too much. Once you have everything, then just start peeling and placing everything where it is. I would also suggest a couple things is like I am having the center of this going over some of the big like center lines. It'll just naturally happen, but all 4 of these are actually going over that, which is kind of nice because, you know, there's like a lot of corners all coming in there. So then you don't have to stitch right over it. Once you have everything in there, it is completely up to you how you tack it down. As raw edge applique, you can just leave it like this. If you're going to use the quilt a lot and wash it, you're going to want to sew it down. You can use a matching thread or a contrasting thread, and you can do a couple different things. You can do something as simple as a zigzag stitch. You can do a blanket stitch around the edge. You can do, I love to do like a triple stitch. I actually love to use a color of my embroidery thread that's probably like really matching. You can see that, and I just love how the sheen of it. So I'm probably going to do like a triple stitch all the way around, and then lower it down inside and come around. And then once I do all of those pieces, then I'll do the final around the edge. But you can also do just a single stitch. You can also do it by hand. You'll do around the cheeks as well. They're just really subtle. And then you can do by hand or machine the 2 little sleepy eyes and the mouth. And then you have the beautiful sun. Yay! So you're going to take that and you're going to repeat that process for the bottom. And then, oh, this is not my pattern. That's my bedtime routine connections. That's these little sheets here. Then you're going to take your pattern and just sew it together in 4 patch. So 1, 2, 3, 4 along there. Quilt as you love it, and there you go. And please, please, please come and share your quilts inside the Sew a Story Facebook group. Please come and share it in on social media and tag me. And yeah, we are considering this like it's a 40.5 by 40.5, traditionally pieced and confident beginner. So you can do this. I cannot wait to see what you create.
Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness, I love this month. It's so fun. These are 2 projects are some that are so near and dear to my heart. They just get me all fired up inside, and I hope they do for you too. These are quick sews, both the Let There Be Light quilt and the patchwork ball. So I cannot wait to see what you create this month with any of these patterns inside the Pattern Club or anywhere else that you find to download these patterns. All right, until next time, I can't wait to see what you create. Have a good day. Mwah. Bye for now.